أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين بارئ الخلائق أجمعين باعث الأنبياء والمرسلين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة على أعدائهم أعداء الدين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين أما بعد فقال الله الحكيم في كتابه المبين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وأنذرهم يوم الحسرة إذ قضي الأمر وهم في غفلة وهم لا يؤمنون. I would like to say salam and greeting to all brothers and sisters, mu'mineen, mu'minat, those who are participating in this online conversation. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your fasting. May Allah accept your du'as and worships in this holy month of Ramadan. It's a great opportunity that at least we have been able to get connected through this source of our online opportunity. Dear brothers and sisters, as we are reaching to the point that is almost close to the Layali Qadr, and tomorrow it's going to be first Laylatul Qadr. In order to get out of ghaflat, I would like to state today the final speech about this subject, and tomorrow inshallah we all together will get into the night that is night to remember Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam, that is Imam of Laylatul Qadr, and also we will all together to go to Amal of night of the Qadr inshallah. About the subject that I've started, it is a subject of being in the heedlessness and how we can get rid of this disease. So last my talk, I discussed that if there is any sickness or any disease, then definitely there is a remedy for that as well. And we started having discussion about the remedies of the disease that is called ghafla. If we would like to see through Quran and Hadith of Ahlul Bayt Salam, what are those remedies that we can apply for our life, and then we can definitely become healthy, as we need to be healthy in our physical life, we need to be healthy in our spiritual life as well. One of the ways, alhamdulillah, we are already practicing fasting every day, and this fasting itself is best of the ways that we actually come and control ourselves, because if somebody likes to control the desires, the best way is fasting. When we fast, at that time, all the desires become in control. And reasoning that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed this fasting, that was to have a complete drive and control on our souls, that we can lead ourselves rather than our desires drive us. Sometimes we are being driven and sometimes we are driver. When we become on the seat of driving ourselves and take control on ourselves, that is the point that really it's going to be given this control in month of Ramadan. So I discussed some of the remedies, and one of the remedies that I would like to discuss today, that is advice. Advice, of course, there are many people, those who are advising today, and now after this corona, there has become just a market of the people, those who are speaking and giving advices to the people. When you like to get advice, then it's important that you have to find somebody who is appropriate to advise. Not everybody can advise, and not everybody's advice is going to be having an impact on our life. We need to find somebody who can be really good advisor. For advisor itself, there are many conditions in Islam that have been said. Do not choose everybody to be advisor. Advisor should be somebody who is practicing himself. Whatever he advises, he should be practicing as well. Otherwise, it's been said, if somebody advises without practicing, then his advice is going to be like a water on the stone. Even the water, if it continues dropping on the stone, it's going to make some sort of mark on the stone. You probably have seen sometimes where water keeps dropping on the stone. You see that there are some marks on the stone as well. So the people, those who really do not practice, their advices and their speech have no impact on anybody. So the very first condition for the person who would like to give any advice, he should be practicing himself. Or another way that it's been said that our ulama or scholars, when they stand at the Jummah prayer on the podium and they would like to start advising, at that time they say, I advise myself and advise all of you. The person who is not really practicing, he should be advising himself first before he advises anybody else. But in a hadith of Imam Jawad alayhi salatu wasalam, it's been said, Al-mu'minu yahtaju ila thalath qisal. Every believer is in need of three important virtues. There are three virtues that we all need. We can't live without that. That means there are necessary virtues for our life and not for any general person. Al-mu'minu yahtaju ila thalath qisal. A believer, a mu'min, a faithful person needs three important virtues. Very first virtue that he said, at-tawfiqu min Allah. Tawfiq min Allah. This is actually an opportunity that is given from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We all are being given some of the opportunities, but we all know that many of us, we don't have opportunities. Tawfiq only comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He's the one who gives that opportunity. And sometimes it's been said that Tawfiq, it comes like clouds, and then it leaves. That are like clouds and come and go. As sometimes rain falls, and if we really don't take opportunity and save that water and take opportunity that we can give water to our plants, then it's going to go very quickly. Clouds also come and go. Tawfiqat sometimes come towards the people, and opportunities knock the door of the mu'min. And if we do not take that opportunity at the same time, we will be losing that opportunity as well. At-tawfiq min Allah. So there are people, those who really have taken those opportunities that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them, and they are using in their life. At the moment, for example, those who have opportunity to recite Quran in this month of Ramadan, recite du'as, this opportunity. If we got this tawfiq, then need to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-mu'minu yahtaju ila thalath khisal. First virtue, that at-tawfiq min Allah. Second, that Imam said, wa'idhum min nafsih, that he needs to have an advisor from himself. What it means? It means there is a outer Maulana, there is an inner Maulana. There is a outer advisor that advises us, and there is an inner advisor as well. As we have a court of justice outside, we have a court of justice inside as well. Probably we noticed ourselves that whenever we do something wrong, there is an alarm that comes on. Why did you do that? That's the alarm. Nowadays, these are cars, they have a beeping system that if you don't put your belt on, it's going to start beeping. First, it's going to be beeping a little bit slow, then a little higher, then higher, and then it's going to be silent. Is that right? Similarly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also have placed a beeping system inside our soul as well. That beeping system is called nafs al-lawwama. That is power and ability that makes us be ashamed. Come on, what did he do? Why did he do? You should have done that. This is not your place. You are a mu'min, you are a believer. This is month of Ramadan, for example. You're fasting. So this is kind of advisor that speaks from inside. Wa'izum min nafsi is needed. Another meaning can be that wa'iz, that is from their own community, from their own people. So every community needs to have an advisor. As we need doctors, as we need rest of people in our community experts, we really need an advisor. And advisor that really can inspire me. And if we get inspired, we need to go to them and we need to ask them, can you please do some nasiha, do some mau'izah. And this is really, practice of many of the companions, that if you read hadith, you would find that whenever, people, companions of Ahlul Bayt, they used to be with Aimma, they used to ask them, please advise me. Sometimes we need to sit with an alim or a mujtahid, a great personality, and we need to ask them that, can you please advise me? Advisor is important. And when somebody advises, third and important virtue of the mu'min, it's been said that وَقُبُولُ مِمَّن يَنْصِحُهُ وَقُبُولُ مِمَّن يَنْصِحُهُ. When somebody advises, then don't, refuse advice, or don't insult the advisor. Don't say anything that is, it's going to put off advisor. So let me give you a little story. It is said that on the day of Ashura, Abu Thumama Sa'idi, one of the companions of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, he comes to Imam Hussain. It was time, which was time of Zuhr, and he comes close to Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, and he says, Mawla, hada huwa waqtu salati al-Dhuhr. This is time of Zuhr. Imam alayhi salatu wasalam, instead of saying, I am Imam, I know better. Sometimes maybe Maulana says, I know better, or somebody else says, yes, I know. This is not a good reply. When somebody advises you, then learn from Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam replied to him, Dhakarta salat, ja'alakallah min al-musallin. You reminded me for prayer. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala include you in those who really love with the prayer. Musallin are the people, those who stand for the prayer, those who perform the prayer as it has to be performed, as it's right to be performed. If somebody advises you, then you need to say that, thank you very much. Thank you for advising. May God bless you. May Allah accept your advice. This is a good reply when somebody advises you. Don't refuse, don't shout on advisor, because advisor has a heart. He is the person who loves with you. And according to Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam, as he says that best of the friend for me is the one who says to me my shortcomings. This is one of the subject, inshallah. Sometimes if God give me opportunity, I will speak about friendship. Friendship is a good subject. We need to discuss about that. But Imam Ali alayhi salatu, he says, best of the friend for me is the one who says to me my shortcomings. The one who keeps saying, oh, you are really good person. Always he says, you are a very good person, and he always praises me. He can't be a good friend, because he's not showing me something that is reality. He's keeping me, in blindness and in darkness. He should be somebody that if there is anything wrong, he should be saying, oh, this is wrong. And when there is something right, then he has to be saying, yes, this is right. But within ourselves, if we are believer, we should have this virtue. قبول ممن ينصحه. When somebody advises, then accepting that, accepting with thankfulness. Advisors are various advisors. Advisor is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He says, I advise you. Ahlul Bayt, they advised us. As Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam, at the final point, he said that, Usikum wa nafsi bitaqwallahi wa nazmi amrikum. I advise you, all of you. So this is advice that have come from Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam. I advise myself and all of you that you need to practice obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then he said that, wa nazmi amrikum. Be disciplined in your life. This is advice of Amir al-Mu'mineen. We need to accept this advice. And we need to read those advices of Ahlul Bayt. And sometimes those scholars go to remember. And if they give any advice, then we need to be the people, those who really accept that advice as well. So these are three virtues that are important, that are good for us, that if we like to get out of the ghafla. First, listening our inside, listening to our inside. Believe me that if you refuse to accept nafs al-lawwama, this, a soul that sometimes asks us that you need to stop this. When we don't listen to that, it's going to be stopped. And then it's not going to advise you. Be conscious over yourself. And your self-conscience, it has to be functioning properly. When you make it sleep, then that is the time you become sick. Self-conscious, brothers and sisters. Keep it vague. Keep it like functioning properly. Do not let it go and it go to sleep. It's like this beep of car. When you don't listen to that, it's going to be silent. Don't let your conscience be silent. Let it be functioning properly. So that there are a few ways to get out of ghafla. Another and best way is our tawajjuh towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our face towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, remembering Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Remembering Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's been said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu dhkurullaha dhikran kathira. O the believers, you need to remember Almighty Allah as much as it's possible. As much as it's possible. This dhikr is very important. Reminding yourself. Make Allah as your reminder. And remember Him in most of your time. Whatever adhkar is possible that are good. Try to do dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Stay in the state of dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Get out of this ghafla. And sometimes our ulama, they translate the hadith also, it's been said that tasbih of Fatimatul Zahra. This tasbih is really important. After prayer, when you get a chance, sit properly and do tasbih. That means your namaz and salat has to be connected with tasbih. Don't make any gap. Best time of the tasbih is just right after the prayer. Take tasbih and start making tasbih. Even, there shouldn't be any other gap as well. Sometimes we try to recite it, Allahumma malaikatu. They are good. Reciting that verse, it's really good. Reciting salawat is important. But when it's been said, you recite tasbih right after the prayer. It's been said, any dua that is going to be asked after tasbih, it's going to be accepted before Almighty. This tasbih is one of the best worships, as according to Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, how beautifully he said that if there was any better tasbih than tasbih of Fatimatul Zahra, then Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, would have given to Fatimatul Zahra that dhikr. This is one of the top list adhkar. Not only just after prayer, maybe after, when you like to sleep, do tasbih of Fatima Zahra. When you're driving, maybe while you're driving, you can stay in the state of dhikr and you can do some sort of dhikr. These nafilas you can recite while you're driving, not necessarily you have to stand somewhere. For nafila, there's no need that you have to be facing towards Qibla, or maybe, even having wudu. You can do nafila, you can do dhikr in any state. But whatever you're going to be staying in the state of dhikr, that is going to take you out of ghaflat. Reciting salawat, for example, best of the adhkar is salawat upon Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Because it's been said when you recite salawat, it's going to clean your tongue. And it's going to make shaitan run away. He's not going to stay over there. When you recite salawat, even if in a gathering, when you like that you're gathering because purified gathering, then say a louder salawat. When you say louder salawat, shaitan is going to run away. Because name of Muhammad wa ala Muhammad is like, it's A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitan Rajim. That when you recite A'udhu Billah, shaitan is going to go away from that place. And final and an important advice, remembering the day of judgment. Remembering the day of judgment. If you like to get out of ghaflat, remember that day, a very difficult day. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has reminded us very much in the Quran, various places in Quran. Ida zulzilatil ardu zilzala. See how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala advises the time when it's going to be the earthquake in this earth. And the world and this earth is going to be shaken. وَأَخْرَجَتِ الْأَرْضُ أَثْقَالَهَا. And everything and the earth is going to take out all the weighty things. And all the bodies of the people that are going to come out from the earth. And people, they will start running towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is why Prophet, peace be upon him, has been said in the very beginning of his prophethood, Ya ayyuhal muddathir qum fa'andir. O muddathir, you stand up and do indar. Indar, that means warn the people about hereafter. Warning the people hereafter, it is really important. Sometimes you can warn yourself. Read those verses of Quran that are regarding Yawmul Qiyamah. Yawmul Qiyamah, regarding Yawmul Qiyamah. Read those. Read various stages after the Day of Judgment. Read about death. Think about the death. Sometimes if somebody speaks about death, then we really become bored. But this is not a tradition of a mu'min. About Hazrat Qasim, Salamullah alayhi, it's been said that when he was asked that, how do you see death? And he said, sweeter than honey. So our view about death has to be changed. Our view about the Day of Judgment has to be changed. And we have to warn ourselves that a day is going to come that it's going to be Day of Judgment. We'll be standing in the court of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So see, Quran says, وَأَنذِرْهُمْ. O Prophet, you need to do indar to the people. Yawm al-Hasrati. About the day that is day of sorrow. Yawm al-Hasra. Hasra, that means sorrow. Sorrow comes after you did something wrong and now you can't go back. Like people, those become old and they lost their time of youth. This time of youth is precious time. Dear youth, take care of your time when you're youth. Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam has said that Hal yantadhiru shabu, is that youth is waiting when they become old. So when they become old, at that time they are going to be in sorrow. Oh, I'm so sorry that I lost my opportunities. So there is a time when we feel sorrow. the day of judgment is being said Yawmul Hasra. What is going to be Hasrat? Hasrat is going to be that if I can go back and I can do something good. Even people, they're going to be saying that if we give us chance for few minutes, at that time they will realize that minutes are important. At that time they will be realizing that how time is important. In this world we don't realize, but over there we will realize that our times were important. We have not taken these opportunities of, month of Ramadan, Layali, nights of month of Ramadan. They come and go. This month is going to pass. It's almost 17. 17 days have passed. Only 12 or 13 days are remaining. Remind yourself. Sometimes say to yourself that month is passing. Come on, wake up. Get up from this ghaflat. And then it's been said, Yawmul Hasrati id qudiyal amru. Id qudiyal amru, that means when destiny of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to be given to the people. There is a time when we will be given our destiny, our book of the deeds. Iqra kitabak, read your own book. Kafa bi nafsika al-yawma hasiba. You yourself are sufficient for yourself. Read. And that day nobody's going to be reading our book. It's going to be we are going to be reading our book. Iqra kitabak. Read your own book of the deed. So it's been said, إِذْ قُضِيَ الْأَمْرُ, the time when our destination is going to be decided, where we have to go. We are going to be said this way or that way. So ways are going to be decided, and our place is going to be decided before that day comes. قُضِيَ الْأَمْرُ وَهُمْ فِي غَفْلَةٍ. Don't stay in the ghaflat until the day comes. Don't stay in the heedless until the time comes. وَهُمْ فِي غَفْلَةٍ هُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. And that they will not be going to be believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Brothers and sisters, so let me give you final and conclude my subject today, that we started first of all with the ghaflat and the meaning of ghaflat. Then we said, what are the symptoms of the ghaflat? So knowing the symptom of ghaflat and heedlessness, it makes it that we can go towards understanding what is going to be remedy. We discussed about few of the remedies of this worst kind of the sickness in our life. And the final advice was to stay awake, to know about the day of judgment, inshallah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah give us opportunity that we can wake up in this month of Ramadan, we can get out of ghaflat, and we can stay in this awakening, and we can awaken rest of people as well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this Quran as best of the source to make us wake up. And these du'as, and especially Layali Qadr, I would like to advise my dear youth, my children, my brothers and sisters, that do not waste this opportunity. This opportunity is coming up. Although you are sitting at home, alhamdulillah, at this time opportunity is provided, that online amal are going to be there. You can be connected, and inshallah you can take benefits of this opportunity. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless your nights of Qadr, and inshallah will be with you during the nights of Qadr. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أحسنتم يا